What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Aoshi here, and today's video comes with a great big grand bombshell of an announcement from Nintendo Direct's partner showcase, this lovely early morning show that they had at 6 a.m. Pacific time while my butt was still in bed. Bandai Namco has announced that Gundam Breaker 4 is coming out in 2024. I'm going to give you guys a second to kind of pinch yourselves and wake up for a second, because I'm still waking up too, and I still can't believe it. But Gundam Breaker 4 is coming out on 2024 for all major current platforms. But before we get into the details of that brand new Gundam Breaker 4 game, I want to shout out and thank Bandai Namco Entertainment of America for providing information, assets, and just overall support for this. This is pretty damn amazing. So I want to say thank you very much, and let's get into that. All right, folks, so we don't have any details on the story behind Gundam Breaker 4 other than the fact that it is a direct sequel to Gundam Breaker 3, Gundam Breaker Mobile, and Gundam Breaker Monologue. What this means is that some of the characters from those different installments will be returning. It's hard to say if any of them will have major roles in the story or just a cameo, but regardless of which, they want to make it very clear that they are returning. So if you have any particular favorites in any of those franchises or installments, I should say, definitely cross your fingers, because you never know where this might lead. On top of that, the game is also getting a full English voice cast. Unfortunately, information has not been provided on who is typecast to what role or what character. So all we can do is kind of wait and see moving forward. Jumping into some more details about Gundam Breaker 4, it is predominantly a single player game, but it will also feature an optional online co-op mode for up to 3 players total. So you and 2 of your friends can actually go in, bring your favorite Gunpla builds, and duke it out in the story setting or stage mode that Gundam Breaker 4 will be setting up for us. In addition to that, the game will also feature the most kits to build at launch compared to other iterations in the series. The final number has not been confirmed yet, but I do believe there are places or sources that are saying that it might be over 250 kits. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going off of the information that I have on hand, but that's pretty crazy. But makes me overly excited because you know the Blue Hazel custom is coming back. In addition, the ranges for those kits will vary from the original Mobile Suit Gundam 0079 all the way up to the Witch from Mercury. This also includes multiple grades, so high grades, master grades, and so forth, including SDs. And also new to the Gundam Breaker franchise, it will also feature the Fumina kits. So if you're not familiar with build fighters, Fumina is one of the notable characters that unfortunately and fortunately in both cases made it as a Gunpla kit. You know, I guess you have to have some more fan service sprinkled in there, but hey, it's part of that whole experience. Aside from building new, and I would say maybe improved, in the series for Gundam Breaker 4 is going to have a specific diorama mode. So we had a screenshot mode back in the day of Gundam Breaker 3 where you had a background and you had your Gunpla and you had a number of poses that you can do alongside of it. That function is being expanded now, so it's going to have multiple Gunpla. You'll have not just only your own set piece, but you'll have multiple set pieces in there, so you can recreate a lot of the scenes or maybe make up some of your own in a 3D space. And on top of that, you will have props, different effects, just like you see even in the Gunpla buying space for folks that want to really visually immerse people into that art space. And it's just really cool to show off those perfect builds or those perfect diorama shots. This is, I would say, a long time coming, and it's definitely a welcome sight for me. As far as gameplay, or if you want to look at the combat style that is Gundam Breaker I'm probably going to look at Gundam Breaker 3 as a direct reference because I played a lot of hours into that. They seem to be improved on that in the sense that this is the first iteration at any given time where we're able to utilize dual weapons. So you can also go with dual melees, it seems, maybe dual handheld range weapons. The example that they're using is a chain whip type of weapon, like the Epion's heat rod whip or the Camper's chain mine whip, in addition to, say, a handheld melee like the Heat Hawk or Beam Saber to kind of pull a 1-2 combo. So that's really nice. We can only assume certain details. We'll probably know further out once the game gets closer to release, but it's just crazy to see that they're doing a lot of improvements with sort of not only just the visual immersion side, but the functionality as well. If I'm able to wear these builder parts or utilize these things on my Gunpla, I should be able to use that. And that was one of the biggest, I would say, qualms with some of the previous installments of the Breaker series. But I am definitely willing to put that, you know, at like water under the bridge type of function, just so I can actually run this. And this is definitely super exciting to even just be considering and thinking about. One major detail regarding the gameplay portion of Gundam Breaker 4 is the fact that the features that were introduced by new Gundam Breakers, such as the hot swapping parts during combat, during a mission, and the overall focus on PvP, is not returning with the iteration of the Gundam Breaker 4. So that makes me happy. Pretty big smile on my face. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm pretty happy. At the same time, I know the PvP portion was meant to kind of represent the sort of challenge between different players, different Gunpla builders, just like you see in Build Fighters, Build Divers, all the subsequent Gunpla focused anime series. But unfortunately, it was not implemented really well, and I would say if they're ever going to introduce that again, it needs more time to cook and more playtime. But that's not the focus. But regardless of which, they're focusing on stuff that does work, and I am all the happier for it. So definitely a plus for that. Now, no Gundam game would actually be fully complete without a collector's edition. This particular one actually comes with a steel book, which is really cool because it has some neat cover art, both the cover art from the actual game and a different piece of Gunpla there on it, both front and back. Really cool design. A digital soundtrack is included with that package, which includes, for that soundtrack, 45 tracks from the game, as well as a custom Gunpla specifically designed for this collector's edition. Now, details on the specific Gunpla is as follows. It's a EG Gun Barrel Strike Gundam, the Strike Gundam paired along with the Gun Barrel Strike Pack, and that Strike Pack is actually a Gundam base exclusive, which is pretty nuts already to begin with. And those of you that aren't familiar with Gundam Seed in general, is the Mobius Zero is the I guess you could say mobile armor. It's like a jet for space though, and that was piloted by Mu Laflaga. So that's pretty cool, kind of combining two different things together. It looks really neat, flows really well. Colors wise, which you'll see on the screen as we're talking about this, it looks very 80s retro, and it's really cool. It blends very well. It's got nice balance and everything, very attractive looking. But on top of the nice collector's items, you do have some really cool things with the game as well, which include an early unlock for builder parts, some early parts to throw in and kind of add some aesthetics and some dynamics for your Gunpla, as well as the unlock for the recirculation color version of the RX-78 Gundam Grandpa. So it's pretty cool. I'm actually stoked. I'm resisting every which way to not get this, but you know, my internal Instincts say yes. One thing to note that I forgot to iterate while we were talking about the Gunpla is the Gun Barrel Strike Gundam has 3 different configurations with that kit. So you actually can see that in the little screenshot that we have that I'm going to just leave up for the whole entire time, because it is actually a pretty cool collector's edition. I know some people might have some opinions regardless, but as far as aesthetics and everything, it is a pretty cool design. All right, folks, with everything that we've mentioned in this video that I probably had to retake multiple times because I could not contain my overall excitement, and the fact that it's just so much information that's on there that, man, all I can tell you that I'm just really excited. You got to buy it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's just so much stuff that's happening with the introduction of Gundam Breaker 4 being a reality that, you know, the Gundam community is on fire in the most positive way, because we've been missing this franchise for quite some time, and well, it's coming. So I'm more curious about what you guys think about it, what you think theory wise. Are you guys gonna buy this? Are you guys gonna even get into the collector's edition? Trust me, the temptation is real on that. But more importantly, I want to see what you guys, I want to hear from you guys, make that a discussion, because it's really cool to see that everybody's so passionate that Gundam Breaker as a whole is back. We get to see very creative builds, different things. Gundam is on top again, and has been. Well, some people might say it's always been on top, but you know, it's just good to see the big push like this come out. 2024, we definitely need it in this sort of early part of the year where there's not a whole lot of going on until now. But yeah, like I said, more importantly, I want to hear from you guys. I want to make that conversation. Gundam is important. This is really cool. I want to play with some of you guys out there. But I believe that's it for me for now. Otherwise, this is going to turn into a rant video. But lastly, before I close out, I want to thank again Bandai Namco Entertainment of America for just sharing this with us and just making us all a part of this experience, whether you're watching this video for information's sake or the fact that you just love to support Gundam in general. It is really cool to be part of this in any shape and form. But I gotta say my adieux. So with that said, that's it for now, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Take care.